Everybody wants to be more productive, you want to be more organized because you want to get things done so you can move to the next level or so you can just reach your goals faster. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you how DNA upgrades have helped me become more organized, become more focused in the process. We're going to look at how I'm removing limiting beliefs, how this has an effect. We're going to look at the larger consciousness system, how this all relates in lowering your entropy. I'm going to be discussing this so you can understand it better. We're going to look at an analogy of upgrading a computer because this is going to help you understand it better as well. It is so hot. I can't open the door because it's so windy outside. So just bear with me. Might break out in a sweat here. But also we're going to look at also how to have a less dense system. So in other words, how to have less brain fog and all those wonderful things. But if you don't have time for this information today, if you'd rather go and do something more important, which I can't think of what would be more important than figuring out how to be more productive and organized in life or in business so you can just get things done, then I don't know, I can't take responsibility for that. What happens in a DNA upgrade? And how does this relate to being more organized and being more productive? Now, when I upgrade your system, think about a computer. Let's take that example. When you upgrade a computer runs better when it's updated, right? So in everything in life, it's very helpful to start getting this thing about the mirror effect. I talk a lot about the mirror effect. And when I work with my clients, I help them with this thing as well about the mirror effect. So when you take the analogy of a computer, for example, you have to upgrade it. You have to update the programs. Or you have to add programs, new programs that's going to help this computer run more efficiently. Now, when it comes to your own body, it makes logic sense to do the same thing. But most people don't know how to do this. So when I do the DNA upgrade, is I scan your energetic system, I scan your body, and I can then upgrade this. I can, almost like I'm like reading your DNA, and I can upgrade your program. So in that sense, it's helpful. Another example I can use is defragmentation. So I look at removing the blocks. So I can defragment the system so we can get rid of unnecessary things, and then your system can run better. And when it comes to the larger consciousness system, the goal of the larger consciousness system, aka source, it's a system, is to lower its entropy, to have less chaos, more organization. So when it comes to your system as a human, you will be much happier and you will have a more efficient life. Those are the two things I look at when I work with people, when I work with entrepreneurs, is being happy, being fulfilled, being truly fulfilled, and then living a super efficient life. Now, for you to do this, you need to be in alignment with your true nature. And you are an individuated unit of consciousness. You are a tiny little part of the bigger system, the larger consciousness system. But for you to run at optimal performance, you need to be in alignment with those characteristics of source, of the LCS. And one of the big characteristics is lowering the entropy, having less chaos, being more organized. And when I do this DNA upgrades, I'm kind of like filtering out all those human limiting beliefs, those human limiting things that we have been taught, that we have been programmed in our life from a third dimensional level, from other people. Because most of your programs as a human is formed from 1 to 7. And these programs you get, it's not, most of this is from your parents and everything that you see around you in that age range. And it's not like, you need to be upset with your parents because of this, but now we're trying to filter out the system, and now we're trying to reprogram based on the actual source, the LCS. So when I do the DNA upgrade, I reprogram you with the characteristics of source. And I also activate the dormant DNA, which is like your source codes, if you can call it that. The second thing when it comes to being organized and being productive is being in alignment with your true purpose. And I find this is a very big thing and that people are not comfortable with, is they don't know what their purpose is. So they go out and do all these crazy things, but it's not aligning with their purpose, and nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with it, but you want to be aligned with your purpose. And when you're aligned with your purpose, you just automatically have a smoother system, a more organized system. And how do you find out what your true purpose is? You need to be aligning with source to know that. Nobody's going to tell you that. There's not information you can get in a book. There's not information you can get from another person, because they're not walking your path. They're not walking your journey. And again, you need to know who and what you are. You need to feel that. You need to be in touch with that. You need to be in communication with the source, for you to be able to understand and know what you need to do with your life here. You have a specific purpose in this life. I know some people don't believe this. I absolutely know this. You have a soul's purpose. You have an evolutionary purpose here. The larger consciousness system's goal is to evolve, to lower its entropy, to become more efficient. And you have a unique part to play in this. And it's important that you know this and that you feel this. It's a knowing thing. It's not a believing thing. Again, anything that you believe, everything that you believe is only based on your perception and your interpretation of what you see on the outside. But when you get in touch with source, you experience this interpretation on a different level. That information that you get is then from the source. And when I do the DNA upgrades, how this has helped me and how I want to bring this back to organization is with my purpose. So I'm more productive and more organized because when I do the upgrades on myself also, I'm in touch with source. I get that information. I correlate that with my DNA. I upgrade my system. And then I can perceive and interpret from that place. And that in turn helps me to be more organized and more focused because I know what my purpose is. So I don't get that so distracted. And that's the third thing I want to talk about. Another benefit that it gives me, it helps me to be less distracted and have less brain fog because my system is clean when I do this. So another benefit of DNA upgrades is I also it's like a detox for your physical and your energetic body. And that's why we will see in the testimonials, people have this kind of releases, because these are all detoxes that's happening. And when you are detox, same as when I do the fasting, for example, then you have more clarity, less brain fog. When you have less brain fog, you are more organized and you can function better and you are more productive. When you remove blocks, when you remove limiting beliefs, what are you left with after that? Because that's what I do in the DNA upgrade, is I remove these blocks that you have so you can move forward. And then what are you left with when you have less blocks? And when you discard these limiting beliefs, you're left with focus. So there's no more of do this, do that, you should do this, you should do that. Because that's very distracting, and that prevents people from being focused, because all this noise on the outside. You see something, okay, I should do this. Somebody tells you, do that. And then you lose your focus and you're all scattered all over the place because you have these limiting beliefs. In other words, when somebody tells you, oh, maybe you should rather do it like this, or maybe you should take this business opportunity or something like this, then what happens is like you listen to it and you're thinking, oh, hang on, maybe I should do that, or shouldn't I do that? Do I want to do that? Maybe that would benefit me. I'm not sure. So you go into like a spiral thing. And you also, what happens many times is people doubt themselves. So you're like, okay, maybe I should try that, but I don't want to be like closed off against things. I still want to, listen to other people. I also want to be in service. Service is a big thing, you want to be in like service. And it's all based on limiting beliefs. Because when you know, not believe, when you know, you have self-confidence and you do not become distracted. You stay focused. You stay confident in what you do because you know what your purpose is. And you're laser focused. You don't get distracted, you don't get swayed, you don't doubt yourself, you don't have all these limiting beliefs of, I'm not good enough, maybe I should be doing this, maybe I should be doing that, maybe I want this, maybe I don't. No, you know what you want. You know where you're heading. You know how you're very clear. You don't have this brain fog and this confusion and this you clarity. And you're organized. Your system is organized. And then lastly, I want to just use the analogy of the computer is you have to upgrade the computer. So just have that image in your mind. If you think about digital numbers, so just imagine your computer's upgraded. So that's what I'm doing when I'm doing the DNA upgrade. So we're cleaning out the system and we are activating the right program, right code for you to run on the source code. Because when you activate that program in your computer, then you can run more smoothly. You have to update your computer. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that. Until next time, be happy, be free. Remember, I love you and I believe in you. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you have any questions about these DNA upgrades, just comment below or just send me a DM on Instagram or go to my website, youmeandhappiness.com. I've got a free training there about these DNA upgrades. It will explain to you in more detail how it works. And there's also loads of testimonials there so you can see what other people say about it. And I'll see you next time.